Hey guys, in this video we are going to be taking a look at a new product by the name of Profitorial 2.0 by Jason Fulton. So make sure to stick around until the end of the video, and I'm going to give you insights to the platform. We are going to take a dive into the members area, and I'm going to show you some of the tools and features while showing some previews of some of the websites and information that you can generate on the site. And I'm also going to share with you my reasons why I think this may not be a suitable platform for you if you're really serious about building a sustainable business online. So before we dive into this review, make sure to leave a like on the video, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel to be updated of future product reviews and tutorials that will help you build a sustainable business online. So what is Profitorial 2.0? It's actually a system that allows you to generate specific style websites that allows you to be able to cater for different niches around different topics that may be of interest to you with regards to whatever topics or services that you want to get involved in. What this platform does is it auto-generates websites for you without the need for actually learning how to really kind of like build a website from scratch. Now, this is actually a new version of the same product that actually was released only a number of months ago with the first version of Profitorial, and I actually did do a previous review on this platform as well. I'll make sure to drop a link below down in the description so that you can go and check that out, and there I give my honest opinions as to why the platform, even though it does work to some degree, that it probably isn't a suitable solution for you to really build a sustainable business online. So with Profitorial 2.0, it's supposed to be a newer version with extra features. So what it allows you to do is allows you to select done for you campaigns that actually helps you to auto generate websites around certain topics or niches. And what you can do is you can add in likes of content and add in your own affiliate links, so which in turn you can drive traffic again to try and earn commissions. So essentially, what type of person can use Profitorial? Well, essentially it's aimed at newbies or beginner affiliate marketers or online marketers in general, with the intention of allowing them to shortcut their process to be able to build an online business from scratch without little effort. So as we dive into the members area, you can see here that it actually gives you a load of previews of different domains and websites that have actually been created. So by looking at these thumbnails, you can see that these are the type of websites that will actually be created should you decide to actually implement the strategies involved. Now, if you look actually at my previous review, if you've actually watched it before watching this review, you can see that essentially a lot of the information and even the likes of the training inside, a lot of it is very similar and hasn't really been updated since the previous version. They've just added in a few more features and likes of upgrades and a few more training videos and tutorials compared to the previous version, but the interface and the dashboard is identical. Even with the likes of the thumbnails, there's very few that have really been updated. Primarily everything is actually the same. There actually hasn't been many changes made here, which you would think that with an updated platform or a revision of a platform, you would expect a lot of new updates and new visual aesthetics to be implemented and even usability features, but there doesn't seem to be really much of that here. Everything is pretty much the same as the original version of the platform. So what you can do is when you actually come into the platform, you can check out a lot of these websites that have already been made. You can preview them, and this is kind of like a general layout of an exact website that you will actually get. Now again, the websites are generated, it generates the websites for you, but a lot of this here wouldn't really be friendly for the likes of mobile devices and so forth, because again it's just generated with just HTML code or likes of CSS and very little bit of JavaScript, but it's more old school kind of programming. This primarily isn't really the way websites are really built anymore. But if you do want to use the platform, you can come in, you can check out the websites, you can preview them, you can edit them, you can even delete them. You can add in your own domain, so you can connect a domain if you already have, like, say, a domain that you've bought from like a hosting provider like Bluehost, Namecheap or so forth. You can connect them to this domain. The one thing to note though is if you do connect a domain here, you will have to remember that the likes of your domain won't be hosted on its own. It will be hosted within the Profitorial app itself. So this can cause a lot of confusion and cause issues further down the road. Because of the fact is it's hosted on this platform, it will always have the .profitorialapp.com extension on it, which means there's very little possibility of your website's actually ranking really as such on Google or on search engines. Plus, as well, with a lot of these pieces of software, yes, they do work to some degree, but there's no guarantees that everything will still work, say 6 months or a year down the line. It's just something to be aware of. You do need to proceed with a bit of caution if you're looking into these type of products. So again, from within the app, if you want to connect your domain, you can set up your website. Again, it takes you back to the template section. You can either start with a blank page, or you can click on one of the templates that's involved. You can create a new website from scratch, or what you can do is you can edit one of the existing templates that's already here. So once you click on it, it's going to give you access to the likes of the page tools and layout features. So you can change your layout, you can change different elements, you can change different components, you can change like the page margins, the width and so forth. Again, you can also edit the code. As you can see here, it is an HTML code, but you do have the ability to also add in snippets of CSS or JavaScript if you want to. You can adjust the padding of the containers as well to make sure that they align properly within the screen itself. You can add in more pages if you want to, or if you want to add in like different types of text elements, as you can see here. So pretty much everything is actually like drag and drop, so you can drag everything on top, above or below certain elements if you wish. And you can edit the content at will, so you can edit like as if you were editing a blog post. As you can actually see here, you can put in your own content. Now, with a lot of the content that's already on the websites itself, a lot of this here, if you were to just use the mainstream content and not do any editing at all, there's no guarantees where you would know this content is actually from, whether it's been scraped from the internet or it's been copied from somewhere. And that's essentially something you do not want to do, because you don't want to get done for copyright infringement, which can potentially get yourself into trouble. That'll cause a massive headache, which is something you don't want to do. But it does allow you to edit everything, so you will need to take the time to edit everything on the screen. But again, like I said, the issues with it is the fact is that it's hosted on the app itself. There's no guarantees that this will actually potentially rank on any of the search engines. So you do have access to different types of training videos. As you can see here, they show you how to actually add in affiliate links, and they show you how to set up your websites and that. So it pretty much what it is there, it does actually show you what you can actually do. So you can also share your content onto the likes of whatever social media platforms that you want if you look for traffic. Now, it doesn't auto-generate the traffic for you. You will have to literally find and implement one of these services. If you have accounts on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, you will actually have to create posts and send them on and link to these areas. The one thing to note is that a lot of these here, you don't want to go around just constantly posting stuff on a lot of these platforms, especially like Facebook and Reddit and so forth, because your accounts will be banned, because they consider it as spamming and they have very low tolerance to that. So you really don't want to do that, because it will get you in trouble and you literally lose your accounts instantly. So it's something you really don't want to do. So as you can see here, it gives you access to different types of networks like ClickBank, Warrior Plus, JVZoo, even other e-commerce affiliate programs like Amazon, AliExpress and so forth. So it does show you how and where you can actually get set up to these individual platforms if you want to sign up for affiliate accounts and so forth. Plus they do have a number of upgrades as well. So this is leading on to the OTOs. So as you can see here, like the first OTO, it unlocks pretty much everything in the platform. The second one, everything is done for you. Third is a done for you traffic system, but it's not really much different to what's actually going on in here. So then here, OTO 4 is premium, so it gives you access like to pop-up builder, Facebook, Google Pixel. But then again, you don't know how useful this is going to be with the likes of these type of sites, especially when they're hosted on the apps. You don't really know how useful they're going to be or whether they're going to work efficiently. And here it gives you again more free traffic and then resell license rights. Like the product as a whole, like if you've watched my previous review, I highly recommend that you actually watch that before you watch this, and you can see that pretty much the platform is identical. There's not much really difference here. They haven't really changed too much in terms of what's on offer. They've just upgraded some of the elements, like with the likes of done for you products and even some of the upgrades, but everything else essentially is the same. And for the front end price of what it is, like if it's say 15 or 17 or less than 20 bucks, it is what it is. But where you will lose out is if you actually actually do spend money on these upgrades, because essentially you don't need them, and you don't need to do this to be able to build a business. Because if you want to build a business legitimately, you need to take time to build it in the right way, using organic traffic to actually build trust with people. But if you use a lot of the methods that's actually shown in here, a lot of this here, especially the information on these sites here, even though you can create sites in this here, a lot of people may not even see it. And even if they do, because of the way the sites are generated, because the sites and the information on the sites is not modernized compared to a lot of other websites out there, it'd be very hard for people to relate to it, because it looks more like older type of website, which really isn't relevant by today's standards. So it's just something to think about. But again, check out my first review. I'll leave a link down in the description below. Watch that and then have a comparison on this here if you actually are looking into this. I highly recommend that you avoid it and move on to something else, because if you really want to build a sustainable business online, you do need, like I said, to put all different elements in place. Like, you need to have a solid platform that you can actually work with, that you know is still going to be there in say 6 or 12 months time, and to know that you can get your content to rank, that it will be seen by the search engines on the likes of Google, Yahoo, Bing, or whatever area you want to get your content out to. The likes of this platform may not, even though it does work, it may not allow you to actually do that. So it's just something to really think about. It may be difficult for you to really build a long-term sustainable business with something like this. There are better avenues out there, but definitely have a look at the other reviews I mentioned. Have a look at the comparisons between the two, and you'll see that there's not much difference. So that way then it will help you to make an informed decision as to whether or not this may be a suitable option for you or not. But in my opinion, I highly recommend that you should avoid it and move on to something else. There are better alternatives online. But if you are looking for a proven way to teach you the steps of how to build a real sustainable business online, I do actually have access to training, which you can actually grab if you check out the first link in the description below. So if you have found this review to be helpful, and you'd like to see more helpful guides and reviews like this here that will teach you other ways of how to avoid products that will actually not really help you move forward, so that you can focus your time and effort on areas that will help you to see results, then make sure to leave a like on the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon to be updated of future content. And as always, I will see you in the next one.